Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Friday, July 6th, 11:05 p.m. Mountain Time, 2018. You're looking at some activity currently coming off of our solar minimum sun as we descend into solar minimum cycle 24. This type of activity is very rare, and we're up into C range here, C1, and this is a spot turning around the limb, and here we see a small B flare kicking off as I speak. This is coming from Ben Davidson's site, spaceweathernews.com. We'll get to that later. Let's get on with the update. Wildfires roar across parched, hot west. One dead in blaze near California-Oregon border. That's a hot one, kids. As dozens of wildfires roar across the hot, dry western U.S., the nation's first fire fatality in months was reported in a fast-moving blaze near the California-Oregon border. Barbara Taylor's home of 40 years was destroyed in the Klamath blaze, which is now the name of the fire on the California-Oregon border. Someone found her cat alive but singed. I cannot believe I left. Apparently you're a bad cat owner. Western wildfires force evacuations. The fatality was the first in the U.S. since 2 people were killed in Oklahoma wildfire in April. More than 60 wildfires are now burning in 13 states across the U.S., most of them in the West and Alaska, the National Interagency Fire Center reported. In parts of California, Colorado, and Utah, hundreds of residents remain under evacuation orders because of the aggressive wildfires, the Weather Channel said. Colorado's Spring Fire, just miles from here, the state's third largest on record, has destroyed 100 homes and forced evacuations of 2,000 others. The blaze has scorched 161 square miles and is only 35% contained, but the rain is coming. A wildfire in central Utah has destroyed an estimated 90 structures, including homes. In 2018, wildfires have charged 4,539 square miles in the U.S., which is 700 square miles above average. And that is tonight's boom. First boom. That's first boom. You said first blood. Record rain floods Houston. 167 vehicles removed and towed in Texas. And apparently this military truck just doesn't give a fuck. It's true, entire neighborhoods were left underwater after rapid rainfall swept through Houston overnight Wednesday, July 4th, washing away roads and stranding motorists. Local media described the event as extreme. The police said they had 167 vehicles removed and towed. No injuries or fatalities reported. Heads up, Galveston. You know about flooding. Dangerous heat wave in the desert southwest and southern California, where records being broken in San Diego. Heads up, Willie. Heat advisories increasing across the northern plains and upper Midwest. Yes, a dangerous heat wave is persisting because it's summer across the deep southwest into southern California. This has to do with the tropical storm pulling up equatorial air into that region. So that's a heads up. We have flood warnings in the Four Corners region as the monsoon kicks in. These particular counties here in La Plata is for the 416 fire burn scar area, which had imminent mud flow warnings coming up on the radio tonight. So our thoughts were with them, and I haven't had any reports of what happened in that region so far. So heads up, it is getting crazy, folks. Let's look at the South Dakota hail scars seen from space. Here's the first one, and then look at that strip. And this pales. When I say crop loss, this is complete loss. Look at this hail scar from space. The ground in these regions were completely pummeled by gigantic hail, the size of grapefruits in some regions, but averaging golf ball size hail. Absolutely amazing. Come check this article out. Get all the links below down where it says show more. Deal with it, Texas. Never-ending hail problem. Check out that hail. Check out the damage. Texas has a hail problem. Okay. Grand solar minimum much? Guys, it has to do with the atmospheric compression events, the changing flow, the meridional flow, and the cosmic rays being off the chart. This is causing more storms, more frequent, more violent, and the meridional flow is bringing up more air mixing of extreme temperature diversions. This allows hailstones to recycle in thunderstorm fronts again and again and again, reaching maximum size and creating maximum hail scars. Now, back to hail. On June 6th, hailstorm walloped a heavily populated area in North Texas with baseball-sized hail there near Dallas. Tarrant and Denton counties suffered the brunt, which racked up $1 billion in losses. So, 1,000 hailstorms and the entire country is bankrupt. And that's coming soon. And we're counting them down. Just 995 to go, kids. This is from Denver local. Coloradan hopes inflatable device will keep his new truck safe from hail. This is a sign of the times. Look at that. It's amazing. Look at that glorious inflatable puff thing. Check out the hashtag hail protector I found inflating in hashtag Parker. The owner says he bought it to protect his truck. Hashtag CowX days like these. Hashtag 4WX at hail protector. That's a lot of nonsense. And that's a hail protector of the future. Inflatable homes, inflatable cars, inflatable hail protectors. It's going to take a lot of breath. Hail threatens potato harvest in central Java's Baranjara region. This has everything to do with the electric universe. And this has everything to do with hail damage and frost. Thin ice frequently covers the grass around Kandia Truja Temple at Dijang in the dry season during July and August. Residents said the temperatures on Friday early morning dropped to minus 5 degrees C, causing unusually intense hail that threatened the potato crop. Hundreds of hectares of potato fields in Yang Regency, Central Java, were covered in hail on Friday. Such a weather phenomenon, based on past experience, would usually kill the potato plants. Minus 5C on the potatoes. Are you picking up what we're putting down, Ice Age Farmer? Argentina hail causes significant damage to the banana sector. Fafano Aya of Argentina's Agrarian Federation spoke about the damage that the hail caused to the banana sector and about the low prices that the market offers producers. Yeah, last Friday, a strong storm followed by intense hail affected 6 of the 17 colonies located in Laguna Nyack, specifically in the southern and eastern sector, which is devoted to bananas. Now, the hail caused significant damage, turning plants over and throwing the production to the ground as the bananas are ready to be harvested. The hail not only hit the fruit, but also affected the plants. Hail's up. And that's a boom. It's a lot of hail. Wow, this is a lot of tabs open. Could take all night. Let's get some flowing here. Hail hits Nuit St. George area and Burgundy. Heavy hail rains caused at least some damage to several vineyards in Burgundy's Côte de Nuit, mostly in the Communale de Puymeurs, Pissay, and Nuit St. George. I just made all that up. Violent storms with hailstorms struck vineyards in the early afternoon of Tuesday, the 3rd of July, marking the latest episode of a recurring theme for Burgundy winemakers in the last few years. And that is you shouldn't be drinking that shitty wine anyway. Boom. Hail. Hailstorm in France left 1 dead, dozens injured after extensive damage. Check that out. I mean, look at the holes in the back. The southwest region of France was hit on Wednesday by violent winds and hailstorms that caused extensive damage to structures, cars, and left 1 person dead and hundreds injured. Look at that. Boom. That's what we call lateral hail. Boom. Knowledge. Right there. Local authorities in the Corrèze department announced a 64-year-old man died on Wednesday after a tree fell. In addition, 46 people were injured because of the hail. Look at the insulation in the house. Oh, totally fluxed. A damaged roof to a house seen in the village of Saint-Saurin, July 5th, 2018. As shown in pictures published after the storm, baseball-sized hailstones shattered car windows, and wind up to 80 miles per hour caused hail to move laterally, ripping off multiple rooftops in the region, as they say in France. And we know about the wine. Global warming could be far worse than predicted, new fearmongers suggest. And look at how they used the small African American child. See how what they're doing there? Temperatures across the United States are up 1.6 degrees Fahrenheit in the last 30 years. Unless you look at the data and you go back 30 years. And we're right here. It's the same temperature. What the are they talking about? Same temperature 30 years ago, today. 30 years ago, today. Yeah. 10 years ago, same temperature. 20 years ago, same temperature. 30 years ago, same temperature. Same temperature each decade. And yet they print the nonsense. Collapsing polar ice caps are going to devour you. Yes, the polar ice caps at multi-decadal highs, still with up to 5 meters in the North Pole for hundreds of square miles. We're talking 20-foot thick ice everywhere. The Northern Passage isn't likely to open until August, giving it less than 2.5 months open. USA Today, you are fucking busted. Thank you, Roy Spencer, for the truth. Seismic update. No quakes of note when we started. Let's take a look. Yes, we've just had an explosion at the Hawaiian volcano 5.3, keeping up the pattern of 26-hour continuous collapse of the caldera. Just happening as we were making the video. No other quakes of note. We had an aftershock in Kamchatka coming after the 6.1. Now we have a 5.4 in Madang, Papua New Guinea. Krakatoa is rocking. Let's get to it. Worldwide volcano news update. Krakatoa volcano, continuous eruption. Here you can see a streak of ash and smoke. Let's hope this baby doesn't go big soon. I'm not done prepping. Worldwide volcano news update. Dukono, volcanic ash advisory. We also have Popocatépetl, Krakatoa, as we just read, Ibu, Agung, Reventador, Sabancaya. Hold on to your hats, kids. All the details below in the links. If you don't know where those are, find out. You need to be doing your own research, checking what I'm saying, and building your own portfolio of knowledge. How to capture the eerie nighttime clouds of climate change. The upside to rising global temperatures is really cool cloud photography. It has nothing to do with global warming. Noctilucent clouds were first witnessed after Krakatoa erupted. Yep, it's true. Noctilucent clouds were first reported in 1885 when they were independently observed in Germany and Russia. This was 2 years after the volcanic explosion at Krakatoa in the Straits of Java. And that's what we see right now. Thailand cave rescue. Why can't they drill from above? Because they're a half a mile below you idiots. And to scuba out would be a 5-hour scuba dive. You need to be an excellent top-class diver to do that. These kids are not doing that. Check out spaceweathernews.com for the latest activity on our active sun. And let's talk about Comet Pan-STARRS C2017. Approaching green electric comet exploded on January 2nd. It could become naked to the visible eye by August, but it has just exploded in brightness. In fact, amateur astronomer Michael Jaeger of Austria reports that Pan-STARRS brightened 16-fold during the late hours of July 2nd, abruptly increasing from magnitude from plus 12 to plus 9. He took this picture of the comet expanding green atmosphere shortly after the outburst. The green atmosphere of the comet is more than twice as wide as Jupiter. There is no ice on this comet, and it is reacting to space weather that recently shot off the backside of the sun. Just like it lit up last year past Uranus when that massive X-47 shot off the back of the sun. Now it's closer to the sun, smaller events are causing this baby to light up. So this electric comet is going to wreak havoc on the planet and society if it continues to glow, because it is going to be around by 2022 and 23 in very close proximity, and people are going to rip their faces off. They're going to be screaming Nibiru and jumping off of buildings. It's just an electric comet, kids. They come around all the time. Last one was called Comet Ison. Check out the links to our Facebook page we started a year ago on Panstar C 2017. Because we're scientists. Yes, you saw the sea ice thickness. It is at multi-decadal highs. It's the highest mark since 2004. It is above the multi-decadal gray spot here. And there is no catastrophic loss. It's building. DMI ice, Danish Meteorological Institute. Epic ice building. Coming in at 600 gigatons today of ice built. Here's the multi-decadal average. Epic ice building on Greenland. Guys, do you know about Abundant Harvest? Food Security Book PDF? The book addresses the need for groundbreaking, dramatically improved solutions for year-round and local food production. Cultivation techniques are drawn from the most successful market farmers in the world, along with remarkable new insights from agricultural specialists, all researched and cutting edge, with a new interactive table of contents where you can just click and be on your way. It's $12.95 to the public. But if you put Harvest Boom and apply it in the coupon code, something will happen. It will change to $9.97 before your very eyes. Get it. There is no global warming. 10 years ago, same temperature. 20 years ago, same temperature. 30 years ago, same temperature. In fact, the cooling has begun. Be safe.